present for the first time on any stage the Lady and the Buzzsaw. Karen, you left your bag at the studio and took mine by mistake. Where is it?
Oh, Don,
What's the matter? What have you done with it?
I left it in the cab.
Well, there's nothing to worry about, mister. I gave it to a cop.
You gave it to a cop.
What was in that bag, Don?
It was a head. A human head.
Don, what's the matter with you? Don, keep away from me.
Well, why don't you laugh now?
God, please!
Who are you? You're not Ross. Killed him.
Yes.
It's all right, Don. You don't have to worry about me. I would never turn you in.
My poor dear Claire. Don't you know I wouldn't dare trust you?
Asleep, so there ain't nothing between us and the cheese. Except you and your hay fever, stupid. Now here's the plan. I got it all mapped out, see? Now at 8 o'clock tonight, we come along here, and right there is where the cat's sleeping. So you gotta... Lay thee down now and rest. May thy slumber be blessed. Lay thee down now and rest. May thy slumber be blessed.
Will everyone in the theater hold on firmly to his seat, please? Stop it! Stop it! I'm Vincent Price. What unearthly horror did that girl gaze upon? What manner of incredible thing walked beneath that hood? It would be unfair at this time to show you any more of what went on in that laboratory where a man actually dared to play God. So fantastic, words can't begin to describe it. You must see it with your own eyes to believe it. When the fly comes your way.
It isn't like any other fly I've ever seen. Leave it alone! No! No! Please let me look at the fly.
I've killed Andre. Please help me. Call the police and...
The charge can only be murder.
There were no mistresses. I had no lovers.
Why did you kill him?
God, don't let it get out.
Inspector, it's in the garden. Come quickly.
As God is my witness, I saw the thing. It's unbelievable. I shall never forget that scream as long as I live.
The fly's on its way. Watch out for it. It's far beyond anything your mind could ever conceive.
Good evening, goblins and ghouls, and welcome to the Friday Night Scream Stream. I'm your host, Spakenstein, joined as always by my very good friends, Mr. Evan Sink.
Good evening. How is everyone tonight?
Doing well, and of course, Mr. Fresh Rogan.
You know what it is. Everything I do it big. You guys remember that one?
Remember that
little
remember that
summer
one?
jam?
Well, we
you guys remember that one?
We always do it big up on this show. So good evening, everybody. Like, give a big warm welcome to everybody on this Friday night, bringing some public domain horror to your humble abode, wherever that may be, wherever you're watching right now. Thanks for spending some time with us. We're getting ready to break into some public domain horror here tonight. And, maxing, relaxing.
Here on Friday. Happy Friday, everyone.
Seriously, we made it.
And it's not just Friday, it's Labor Day Friday.
Labor Day weekend. Whoop, whoop.
So, a little shout out to all the workers out there. If we got any workers listening tonight, anybody in the working class?
Let's make
any workers in chat.
Let's make sure to shout out the workers, please.
Anyone in chat have a job?
Anybody at all?
This one's for y'all.
This one's for you guys.
I believe Benny just got a new job.
I did see that. Congratulations, young Benny. Yes, sir. Very good. Ups, man. That's awesome. Anytime, especially in this economy, right?
In this economy?
Oh, shut up.
How do you like that, Fresh?
Do you know how much a job costs nowadays?
Yeah, seriously. Do you know how much it costs to look for a job these days? Actually, nothing. I just get on LinkedIn every day. It's just not.
In this market?
Seriously. Well, you can forget all your worries, all your troubles here on Friday night, here with us on the Scream Stream, because we're just watching some good old-fashioned cheesy horror movies, and we're cracking jokes, drinking drinks, learning a little bit of knowledge.
Catching all the All-Star games.
Doing it all, man. Doing it all. And
it's a really great game.
Real great group of guys.
God damn it. God damn it. But yes, no, we are here. We aren't here to play games. We're here to watch movies, bro. Watching tonight.
It's a serious business.
This is serious business. Tonight we're watching
Down to brass tacks.
And I'll tell you why it's serious business, because tonight's film, it's called, the title is The Bat. It is a murder mystery thriller horror movie, and it stars the legendary Vincent Price, who is, I'm ashamed to say that we have not shown a Vincent Price movie on the stream yet. Tonight is our first Vincent Price movie.
We've been lacking.
So
what
we're
are we
doing it up. This is serious business, guys. Like, we're doing it. We're paying big ups to Vincent Price tonight. Love Vincent Price. He's one of my favorite all-time actors. He's you know, he's a little over the top. He's a little cheesy, but that's the movie.
Man is too rare to live.
Well, I mean, seriously, I mean, he had a very interesting career, and most people know him. He's the voice from the song Thriller, Michael Jackson, the voice.
I think he was on Scooby-Doo at one point.
He was
probably.
on the 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. He's
That's
Vincent Van Gogh on
Right.
the 13. So if you grew up watching that, as I did. Well, I didn't grow up. I was reran on Cartoon Network in like the 2000s. I wasn't a child in the 80s. Don't
shout out to Boomerang, anyone?
Seriously, shout out Boomerang. Yeah, man, it's just all about celebrating classic media, old media. And again, Vincent Price is the kind of guy that when you start digging in his filmography, it is like 6 degrees of Kevin Bacon. You can connect so much to this guy. So I've got a lot of fun facts tonight for this movie. We're gonna have a lot of fun with it. Again, it's a murder mystery, so you get to play a little. You know, it's a little
whodunit.
Who did it? Is it the big name horror actor who's casting it? You know, I don't know.
Who is Kaiser Soze?
Who is Kaiser Soze? So that's fun. We're excited I'm excited to, because I don't think we've really had too much of a murder mystery type movie.
All right. Flex on me with your Bojangles cup one more time.
I know. I need to stop because I realize I probably shouldn't be showing that logo on here. So yeah, it'll be fine.
Free advertising for you there.
I don't think Bojangles is public domain.
Oh, well, it's fair use. It's fair use because now we're talking about the educational aspects of Bojangles. No. So tonight's movie's a lot of fun. It's based off a stage play, and there's all this history with that is actually quite surprising. So we're going to get into that tonight. Another thing we're going to get into is something we always get into every Friday night. A little cocktail to pair with the evening's film, brought to us by our very own Mr. Sink here. And a little segment which we call...
What were you drinking?
What were you drinking?
What were we drinking? Well, tonight we are drinking... the
Great Fresh. Let us know how that tastes.
Great. Sorry, tonight we are drinking Bat Brew. So I don't know about anybody else. When we do a show at the end of the week, kind of getting late-ish at night, yeah. I'm feeling I need a little pick-me-up. And
just a little bit.
So we lucked out tonight. Tonight's drink is made with some coconut rum, some cold brew coffee, and a little bit of vanilla syrup. And I couldn't find any syrup, so but I could find some vanilla creamer. So it'll be a little creamy, a little creamier, but
okay, but that's good because it's a coffee-based beverage. So
I think it's all going to work out.
I like that. Yeah, I'm excited.
So. I think it's all going to work out. Famous last words.
Famous last words. Evan has already stated that it's going to be more than it's going to be at least 2-drink night. It might be at least more than one.
Right.
2-drink minimum tonight.
2-drink minimum. I mean, it's not, we've had some really boozy drinks on this show, and I think this is,
There is quite a bit of rum in that, but...
Oh, well, definitely...
I thought my cocktail pun was really funny.
There is a lot of rum in that. Okay.
There's a lot.
Right.
There's a lot of rum in there, but you can't taste it. You can smell it, but you can't taste it.
I wasn't crazy about the coconut smell.
Right.
I don't really notice it too much in the taste.
Yeah, the smell's a little rough, but that's a pretty good. That went down surprisingly easy.
I feel like that's gonna be kind of stronger than we expect. Like I'm just
buckle up,
processing
everyone.
this
We are gonna be
sip. I'm
awake and.
How much cold brew do we have? Are we working with like
we got
a little
plenty
or a
of
lot?
cold
Could
brew.
I like pour a little more cold? Can I get some more? Yeah, I think that's what I need to do. I need to top this off.
Adjust the ratio.
Adjust the ratio. More cold brew for me, please.
Dude, you know what the best cold brew is?
Oh, what?
The Stock brand.
Stock?
Yeah, it's Stock. It's bottled cold brew. It's so good, and there's so much caffeine in it. I swear to God, they just add extra caffeine.
They just they dissolve some caffeine pills in there.
Yeah, I'm so hyped when I drink some.
Yeah,
that's better.
Yeah,
like that.
Add a little more to it.
Little
I
bit
love me some cold brew.
Yeah, I mean
this. I just made this yesterday.
A little prep. Put a little bit of prep work in.
Oh wow, homemade.
Yeah, homemade.
Damn.
Yes.
Okay.
I mean,
Okay.
if you know anything about me, know that I love me some coffee, and I had the stuff at home anyway. Figured why not just make my own.
Why not? And it is delicious. I like it topped off with the cold brew there. That's because me, and if you know how I drink coffee. I like black coffee, so it's kind of like putting that extra cold brew in there is like, okay, this is.
But hey, it's Friday.
Garrett likes the Easter egg in San Andreas.
Right? Yeah.
Whoop! Over my head.
We have to show you off stream, but it is a.
Somebody put it in the chat.
The boys will be on.
Garrett likes hot coffee.
I know. I'm not even gonna say anything. I feel like I'm gonna walk into a trap. I just know it. Well, this drink is delicious. Whoa! I got way too much rum.
Really?
Did you put it? I don't know what it was, but it just overpowered me, dude.
Hit a rum
He
pocket.
layered it.
Hit a rum pocket. Yeah, that's what
He hit a pocket of turbulence.
Oh, it's kind of making my eyes water a little bit. That's
right.
I snuck a shot right there in the middle.
You really did. You doing some fancy bartending work over here. He's over here making sneak attack drinks on me, sneaking up on me literally. But it's good. I like it. We'll see. We'll see if I have a second one. Only time
You
will
will.
tell.
You will. It's a minimum. You have to.
Well, we'll see. We'll see.
Well, we can play with the ratios here.
We will.
We've got plenty of cold brew.
More than enough. So we're going to be enjoying this Bat Brew with tonight's film, The Bat, which is from 1959. Again, starring Vincent Price. That's the whole reason I watched this movie, first bought this movie, was because it just came in like a Vincent Price. I actually just have it right here. Like a Vincent Price double DVD pack. Actually, I lied. I don't have it here.
Well, what was the other?
I'm glad you could show us. Thank you.
Well, I thought I had it right here.
It's almost some.
Oh wait, no, it's right here. It's at the top. Yeah. I have like a DVD tower, so I was like going over
Show and
to it.
tell.
So this is this is my copy of The Bat. And this is I only got it because it's got House on Haunted Hill on it,
It's a good
which
movie.
we were supposed to start off with this season, and Cylon still won't forgive me because I decided that, you know, House on Haunted Hill is a great movie, and I don't want to play my cards too early on that. We talked about this, so I decided we'll go with the Bat because the Bat is you know.
It's a bat out of
It's
hell.
fun. It's a fun film.
This movie's a real bat out of hell.
It's a real bat out of hell. No, it's fun. It's just you know, like House on Haunted Hill is like an 8.5 or like a 9 on my scale of ratings, and the Bat is probably more like a 7.
Still pretty good.
Still pretty good.
Still
It's
pretty
not
good.
like we're watching some Bela Lugosi monogram movie. Okay, we're
We're getting into the good stuff now.
We are. I mean, anything with Vincent Price is you know, again, enjoyable for that alone. But there's going to be a lot to enjoy with tonight's film, I think.
Yeah, I think I could enjoy watching Vincent Price like shop for groceries.
Yeah, I mean, he would make it fun. He'd just
would make it fun.
making puns and like going up scaring people. And like, it's funny to watch interviews with him because he talks about like I saw one he did in the 70s, and he was talking about he went into some movie theater that was showing one of his old movies, and there was this group of girls sitting in front of him. So when the movie was done, he peered over their shoulders and was like, "Did you enjoy the movie?" And they were like, you know. They
screamed because
yeah,
a creepy man said that to them in a dark theater.
Right, they were like, "Who is this creepy old guy harassing us?" And they kicked him out. No, he really, by all accounts, really nice guy. Really interesting backstory. Came from like a famous family of. They had like a chocolate factory, or they like a candy company or something. They're from like
He was Willy Wonka.
I think they were out of like St. Louis, Missouri, or something like that. Like he's not British. Like he's an American actor, but he's educated in.
Where did his accent come from?
It's the transatlantic accent that many people in like boarding schools and of the upper echelons of society,
He's an upper crust
in
man.
the early 1900s United States were taught this accent. So Vincent Price's accent, that's what it is. Yes. His grandfather was Willy Wonka, and yes, so that's why he's so whimsical all the time.
He is a whimsical man.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's a very layered person, much more than a horror movie star. But tonight we'll kind of go into how he basically became a horror movie star, and so we'll be digging into all that good stuff. So yeah, I'm excited to get into this. Anything before we get started, boys?
I got nothing.
Got nothing. All right.
I ain't got nothing.
I got the golden ticket.
I've got a golden ticket. No golden ticket.
It's a movie ticket.
Yes. One golden movie ticket for The Bat. So fresh.
I have my movie pass with me.
Do you have your movie pass, and is it allows you to get the movie queued up?
Yes, sir.
All right, then with that, without further ado, here is The Bat.
This is a banger.
Yeah.
Well, it's 1959, so you're getting early rock influences. You know, some weird, I don't know, like
Agnes
jazz.
Moorehead is.
So, Agnes Moorehead is our lead actress tonight. She's a very famous supporting actress. Yeah, crazy name. And yeah, this is based on a very famous play that kind of established the whole murder mystery, old dark house genre. And yeah, so we'll be talking all about that tonight.
Talking about some bats.
Yes, the bat.
But are there bats in this?
I believe there actually are. Yes.
Is there a devil bat in this one?
No devil. Well, it certainly looks like a devil bat in the very fake manufactured look, but I believe it's supposed to just be a normal bat. It has the face of a devil.
This is the Oaks.
It has the face of a bat and the wings of a bat.
As an author, I write tales of mystery.
It's a bat.
An abomination hybrid the likes of which mankind has never seen.
Story I've ever
This
had
model.
published.
Totally.
I brought a staff of servants from my city apartment, and my maid Lizzie Allen, who had been with me nearly 20 years. Lizzie!
Wow, more dumb hats.
Oh, yeah, dude, full of dumb hats.
It's out the door. Look, Miss Grenada, them servants you brought from the apartment are talking about walking out on us.
Them servants you brought from the apartment.
I know they don't like it here, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Well, they've been hearing things about the killer that the police call the Bear, and the murders that he
Yeah, her
committed
eyes
his
fucking
past
creep me
life.
out.
Now people are saying that he's...
It looks like she has to just use eye drops and never
Be
blink.
sure of that. Has he committed another crime?
No, not yet, but that ain't saying that he won't. Here's something
But that ain't a saying that he ain't a gonna do it.
bats they have here.
See?
Animal bats, the kind that fly.
Yes, yes.
Look what it says in this magazine. This is a report from the State Health Department.
Ah!
It says some
Look
of
at
them
this page
bats
from
is
National Geographic about
This
bats.
page from
the
Bats
Bat
Weekly.
issue.
Now there's a rumor.
The Bat issue, yeah, the Bat issue.
Himself,
Yeah, that's
the killer, I mean, that released the rabbit bats in this neighborhood.
Oh, that's ridiculous.
Well, the housekeeper, the cook, the butler, and the upstairs maid don't think so.
Well, I can't help what they think. If hysterical nonsense like that
So this
can scare
woman
them
putting
out of
on the
their
gloves
good
with the
jobs,
ridiculous
it's their
accent,
loss,
she's
not mine.
actually the director's
I've got
wife.
to get to the bank.
Oh.
Interesting fun fact.
Drive directly to Zenith Bank, Warner.
You know, sleeping with the director will get you pretty far, won't it?
Far in life. A lesson learned.
I've never tried that.
Your husband.
Thanks again.
Miss Van Gorder.
How do you do, Mr. Barry?
Fresh
I'm very well, thank
director
you.
as in like
You
the
remember
office
Lizzie
director,
Allen?
the department director.
Hello, Miss
How do
Allen.
you do?
So you're spending the summer with us again?
Yes, yes. I've leased the Oaks, the home of your bank
They asked
president,
me,
John
you want to be a star, don't you? And I didn't know what that meant, so I told you that.
Something the matter with it?
No.
I was like,
I was
yes.
surprised because Mr. Fleming said he would
Like,
never
do-
rent it.
Does HR know about this?
Well, I rented it from his nephew, Mark Fleming, who has the real estate office
Huge
here.
headache.
He said his uncle would be gone the entire summer.
Well, that's right.
The drink?
Mr. Fleming's in the North Woods now.
No,
with his
no,
physician,
no.
Dr. Wells.
Oh.
Oh, pardon me. Dale, I want you to meet my wife. We were married at Christmas time.
That must have been nice.
Believe me, it was.
That
Here she
must
is.
have been
My wife, Miss Van Gorder, Miss Allen.
There's going to be lots of drinking in this, isn't there?
Can I make you a drink?
Probably.
It definitely has that 50s, we're all going to be shit-faced 24/7 vibe.
That weird one, the private morgue of Dr. X. Even though it gave me the shivers.
Only the shivers? Scared hell out of me.
I like this lady.
Straight up.
Off in that one.
When you refer to my books, please don't call me Miss Corny.
Pardon, Mr. Bailey. Mr. Hines is here to see you. Oh, yes.
Not the
Excuse me.
shivers.
Don't be strange.
No,
No, we won't.
Shivers are
Shivers
debilitating.
Shiver me
debilitating.
timbers.
Yeah, you don't want the shivers or the jitters or the
Christmas.
any of those old school things.
Well, I used to be my husband's secretary here in the bank.
Of course I remember.
May I welcome our most distinguished visitor back to Zenith?
Oh, that's very charming, but,
Lieutenant Anderson.
Lieutenant Anderson, of course. Chief of Detectives of the Zenith Police Department. This is Miss Allen.
Miss Allen.
How do you do?
Exposition.
He's on the bank's board of directors.
Not bad for a policeman.
You must have made a good thing of it.
Not bad for a policeman. Also, my brother just died. That's important, lady.
Closing time. And I've got some business in the safe deposit vault. Please come and see me, Mrs. Bailey.
Oh, I'd love to.
And you, Lieutenant.
Thank you.
Goodbye.
Goodbye. Nice to meet you. My, what a charming woman. She moved into the Oaks just the other day.
You know, something that I've noticed from these
Proper setting
old
for a writer, mistress.
movies and TV shows. So back in the day, you know, nowadays we would say nice
Come in here, both of you.
to meet you.
Right.
But I've seen several people say nice to have met you.
Andy, we're in
Yes.
trouble. Wendell Hines
Nice
came
to
in
have
with
met you. Yeah, that is-
Because it's been 2 seconds, they've already met.
They were holding us collateral for a loan. They were longer kept in our special vault. Mr. Fleming and I are
That's
the only
so weird.
officers of the bank. who
Yeah,
have
like
access
people
to the
don't
vault.
say that anymore, do they?
No, I don't hear
These
that.
bonds are gone.
I
Nice to
definitely
have
don't
met
say
you.
nice to have met you.
Other negotiable securities are missing. From what I can gather, short of a careful check, the bank has been looted of over $1 million worth of securities.
You'll have to notify Fleming.
Who did it?
I could talk to him. Unfortunately, he and Dr. Wells are deep in the woods. They can't be reached by phone.
They're deep in the woods.
You know what I'm saying.
What is it?
I thought I heard someone on the path coming from the lake. Had an idea it might be that guide of ours.
Oh, Sam won't show up until morning. It's a 20-mile canoe trip from here to civilization.
Let me water the dishes, bro. Let me water the drying dishes.
Pour hot water on them, bro. Piping hot.
But they'll bother.
It's gonna clean them. It's gonna get the germs off of them.
I guess.
Doctor.
Yes, John.
What the hell?
What would you do for $500,000?
Anything short of murder.
Why not murder?
Too messy.
Too great a risk?
For $500,000? Yes.
Almost as messy as pouring hot water all over your counter.
Well, I'm not kidding. I embezzled it.
Not that I think you wouldn't do it if you thought you could get away with it.
I got away with it. I'm not talking about currency. I took negotiable securities that could be converted into cash.
What does that
I
even
have the
mean?
cash. In tens, 20s, and hundreds.
Well, I'm your doctor, not your lawyer. Why tell me this?
You'll find out why.
Who's going to take the blame for the robbery?
As I'm cleaning this
Bailey,
rifle.
the cashier. They'll never suspect me.
I like Bailey.
Well, so do I.
Yeah, slow down with your foreshadowing there, Chekhov.
He has a lovely little wife.
Charming girl. Was the best man.
Where's the $1 million?
In my family's tomb in Zenith. In the crypt with my father's casket.
I don't buy that, John.
Crypt, you say?
A crypt.
No. You forget that I had you in charge when you were a very sick man. When you raved in delirium.
You know I can't resist
Well, I
talking
heard you
about
talk
crypts.
about a hidden room. Now, where else could you put a hidden room except in that mansion?
The crypt is my favorite place to
White
spend the
elephant
night
sits on
off.
the oaks.
Look, everyone knows I
You
have
love
a bad
Vincent
heart.
Price's voice. So
Oh.
Now, who would doubt it if you wired the bank directors that my heart had failed? That I had fallen from a great height here in the woods? And that I was badly smashed up? You could ship the body back for burial and instruct them not to open the casket due to the condition of its contents.
Well, you realize, of course, that we'd have to have a body to put in that casket, which means that we'd have to deal with an undertaker at this end.
Of course.
Well, where do we get a body?
Couldn't we provide one of our own? How about Sam?
Sam, our guide?
Sam weighs about as much as I do.
Let's just kill the guy.
He's
It's
a
perfect
hermit.
plan.
He wouldn't be missed for a long time.
The local undertaker would know him.
Not if we made him look as if he'd been in a serious accident.
But if Bailey's going to take the blame, why'd he have to do this?
The jury might acquit him. In that case, I'd be a logical suspect. I could disappear, of course, but it's safer if they think I'm dead.
What?
Here's a fire.
They'll go for this deal.
Here's a fire.
In that case, it would be too bad.
Uh-oh. Got the piece.
You mean you'd kill me?
That's right.
What else could I do? Now that I've told you about the $1 million, I'd say you were shot in a hunting accident. Now look, Doctor. If you can find another body instead of Sam's, it's all right with me. There's $500,000 in it for you.
I'll do my best.
I smell smoke.
So do I. What's that
Can you hear
noise?
this raving
Suddenly, a forest fire. Oh shit! It's right outside our door.
We've got to get out of here. Out the back way.
We will. As soon soon as I provide that body we were talking about.
Oh my god.
Got him.
Got him.
So devious.
Convenient wildfire.
Playing solitaire, dude.
Lizzie, is that you? Yes, Miss.
I love that. I love when you win and all the cards go flying across.
Right off the table.
Well, that noise blew my game higher than a kite. I think I've lost some of the cards. Oh, I'll get them for you.
You better pick up those cards. Those are my father's cards.
Bicycle just chucked it into a couple bushes and
She's
let
got the
go.
transatlantic accent, too.
For land's sake. Mr. Vic Bailey's been arrested.
Oh? Victor Bailey, vice president and cashier of the Zenith Bank, was arraigned before United States Commissioner Alvin Fielding, charged with...
Well, she was actually a part of Orson Welles' stock company when he started on the radio. She's in Citizen Kane. That's one of her more famous roles.
Well, I
She
see our
plays
landlord is home again.
Kane's mother, who gives him up as a child to a ruthless banker to learn about
John
banking.
Fleming, president of the Zenith Bank. Forest fire.
She just coldly signs the papers and signs them away.
He works at the bank factory.
You're gonna go work at the bank factory.
Well, this is his house.
One less
Ever
mouth.
since he died, some funny things have happened here.
For instance?
Some funny things have happened here.
And the butler said that they heard strange noises at night. And the upstairs maid swore that she met a man without a face coming up the back stairs.
None of that sounds very funny.
That's why they quit and left me to run this place without a staff.
Stop.
I didn't tell you, Miss Corney, but the truth is they were scared to stay.
But you are still here, Lizzie. Haven't you seen anything?
No. No, and even if I had, I ain't afraid.
Agnes Moorehead was nominated for
They're
4
afraid of
Academy
me.
Awards throughout her career for Best Supporting
A
Actress.
spiritualist told me once the ghost was allergic to me.
Agnes Moorehead, the Warhead, they called her.
She's also known for the television show Bewitched, where she played Endora, the mother-in-law.
Oh, that's where I knew.
Yeah, that's most people know her from Bewitched. She plays
What's that?
The bitch mother-in-law.
Trying to do, drive people away from this part of the country.
Is that what she's billed as? The bitch mother-in-law?
She's billed as Endora, but if you ask
With
the
Agnes
husband in the
Moorehead
show,
as
he would
the
say
bitch
my
mother-in-law.
bitch mother-in-law.
My goodness.
He wouldn't really say that,
One
but
night.
if you asked him in real life, he probably would.
All his victims
He asked him
died
off
the
screen.
same way.
Off screen,
Again,
but
that's
in
the
character.
Family Guy bit where he's like, he like starts throwing holy water on Endora.
I'll have to try
Like,
it sometime.
he's like, power of Christ compels you, bitch.
In a book. That ain't nothing, just something bumping against the house. That's just the wind banging a door. Pay no attention to it. Listen to this. One of his victims who lived for a moment after she was
You can hear the fucking light machine turning on in the background.
Clunk. Clunk.
That woman must have been exaggerating.
I mean, this is a low-budget
Heavy
production.
tapestry at the top of the stairs. I know.
I mean, I don't-
know. I've heard it
it's
before
not-
on a windy night.
You know, low, but it's not high. It was indie. It was an indie movie.
I know there isn't. At least there shouldn't be. There ain't. Them's just the noises you hear in any old house on a windy night. It says here that the bat never leaves no fingerprints.
That's understandable. Having no face, he probably has no fingers either. Lizzie!
He's doing a drum solo now.
Phil Collins back there.
Phil Collins' ghost is haunting this house.
Something should be looked into. Now, who chucked him down here? The wind, I hope.
Him.
No, Lizzie. Let him lay.
Yeah, they're just like him.
I hope the power line.
It's a suit of
How do you
armor.
know it's not a her?
We'll check the windows in the living
Because it's on the stairs and not in the kitchen, see?
Yeah. It's where men hang out, on the stairs.
Meet me over on the stairs. I'll make you a drink.
Women aren't allowed on the stairs. It's dangerous.
Uh-oh.
Ah!
She's like, what?
She ran right to it.
I turned the latch off. I forgot to turn it on again. He's out there. He was coming
I
in.
forgot to turn the latch on.
It feels like there's like no music in this movie, right?
Yeah, I didn't notice that until now.
Just now realizing.
No, no.
Because that would have been a great moment for some music, right?
Right, yeah.
Yes, ma'am. I'm okay.
Okay.
Operator?
Give me the police department, please.
I love movies with no music.
Police Department.
This is Cornelia Van Gorder. I'm living at the Oaks.
We know about that, Miss Van Gorder.
Did you
We
just
know
call him
about
Brad?
Forced his way into this house.
Can you help me? Freddy Krueger is outside my house.
None except my chauffeur, and he's away. He won't be back until the morning. Now, there's only 2 of us here tonight, and we're going to lock ourselves in my room. Now, if any of your men see anything, will you have them call me?
I'll send officers over there right away.
Well, thank you very much. Come on, Lizzie. We're going to sleep in my room.
Nice. Nice wipe.
How do you do a wipe when you don't have digital, honestly?
I mean,
This door seems good and
that's
solid.
actually a good question.
Like the door to a tomb.
I mean,
Like, there was some really interesting transitions in some of the stuff we watched. I'm like, how the fuck?
I mean, that's the thing, to do it all in film, like the way that they cut it and they overlay it, all that stuff. I mean,
There's some extra bedding, you know.
it's such a, like, it's a lost process almost now. It's crazy to think about how they must have been able to make some of this happen.
Huh? No bolt. Well, that's not so good.
Good enough.
Good.
That my good woman is a booby trap. If anybody tries to open this transom, this will be knocked off, and we'll hear it fall.
Transom? Is that what she just said?
This is a booby trap. If anyone tries to walk through this, it'll hit them right in the titties.
That's why they call it a booby trap, see?
It's the bat.
It's the bat.
Officer, please help. Rorschach from Watchmen is in my house. That is the quietest staircase ever.
My nice things, my robe, my gown, and my slippers. I'll go get them now. Now, wait a minute, Lizzie. I'll go with you. Now, don't you bother, Miss Cornelia.
Don't you bother.
I told you to wait.
What are you worried about? You got claws on.
Yeah.
Tear him. Ah! That was good.
Shit.
So,
She's got a
is
gun
he supernatural, or is he just like
Yes?
an asshole?
It's just like, he's just like an asshole. It's not supernatural.
No sign of a prowler anywhere on the grounds.
Well, the man's inside now. He's in the hall, just outside my bedroom.
They really don't seem that concerned about it.
No, they really don't.
They're like, hey, listen to this crazy broad on the phone.
We'll be right with you when we can get around to it, but we're kind of busy at the moment.
And then they go out for drinks.
donuts.
Relax, Lizzie. The police did a good job. They couldn't find anybody.
Coffee and donuts.
We both saw him, Miss Cornelia.
All right, so he got away. But there are men on guard outside, so just try and get some rest. There's nothing can get at us here.
I took a tranquilizer, but I don't have enough to give you any, so you're just gonna have to fall asleep. Good luck.
Why don't you just like go to sleep? This is just Batman if he wasn't rich.
Oh, Fresh. What a perceptive fellow you are.
This is just Batman.
Ho, ho, ho! Hey!
Oh, nonsense. You've had a nightmare.
Maybe I did. But there was a bat in and it bit me. It flew in that closet.
Oh, good gracious, Lizzie, you're right. Oh.
She do her hair up in those braids just to go to sleep? That's like a lot of... Seems like a lot of work to do those kind of braids. Look, long hair.
Operator, will you
Probably
get
just
me
a wig,
Dr.
right?
Malcolm Wells?
I think they just did it all the time and then washed it like once a month or whatever.
You connect me with his office, please.
Because he had to heat up water in a pot to have hot water for his dishes.
Hello?
Well, they were out in the woods, bro.
Okay, fair enough.
Well, this is Miss Van Gorder of the Oaks. My maid has just been bitten by a bat that may be rabid, and she must have treatment as soon as
You'll have to
possible.
call
And I'm
animal
told Dr. Wells
control,
will be in his position.
redial the operator, and try again.
I'll send you another doctor.
Oh, well, thank you very much. Oh, he's out on a case. Oh, I hope it's not a delivery. A baby, I mean.
The one police officer is gone.
It never bothered me none.
Oh, Lizzie, you never had a baby.
Of course I didn't. That's why they never bothered me.
Oh, does it hurt, huh?
My God. Malcolm Wells, MD.
I think he's a doctor.
Mantis Toboggan, MD. So this guy's an actor named Gavin Gordon. Turns out he actually kind of has a nice horror pedigree. He was in a movie called Mystery of the Wax Museum from 1933, which is an early horror color movie. Like, it's in color. And it was remade as House of Wax, starring Vincent Price in 1953. So, but they're both good movies. Gavin Gordon was also in Bride of Frankenstein. So his, background checks out.
It's hard for me to imagine someone that, like, at this time was named Gavin.
Yeah, right, yes, yeah. Well, Gavin used to, Gavin. I have a brother named by the same name, so it's, can't help but say it in a condescending tone.
Dr. Wells? There, Dr. Wells.
He played,
Are you there, Dr. Wells?
Lord Byron in Bride of Frankenstein, which, that was in the Mary Shelley prologue that they did.
This is Dr. Wells.
This is your call service, Doctor.
Oh, hello. I was just doing an experiment. I left the receiver off.
That's what I thought, but I kept trying. Miss Van Gorder at the Oaks called and said that
How many experiments does an MD do?
she was afraid it might be rabbit.
My experiments.
Oh, all right. Tell her I'll be right over there.
Imagine if you just went to the doctor for like a flu and they have like a bunch of beakers set up in their office.
It's basically like a mad scientist lab. Yeah, wouldn't that be something?
No, I didn't see you
No,
there.
come right in.
I was
come right
just
in.
doing an experiment.
I was busy in the lab. Wow, all right.
Oh, it was just open.
Yeah, it didn't seem. It's like really hard to tell. Did he have a key? Was it unlocked? Did he pick it?
Yeah, he Fallout picked the lock.
Bat! If you're a fan of What We Do in the Shadows. Bat! Have you seen that?
Me?
Yeah, have you seen that?
Yeah, I love that. Season, was it 3 or 4? It's out now.
They're on 4 right now. What
coming
the
up on
fuck
break.
is that?
It's a bat.
We are? Okay, thank you. Right here, yep. All right, and that takes us to the first break.
Bat takes us to.
Very good, Evan. That's a good one. I like that. Yeah, so Bat takes us to the first break. What do we had? Well, Vincent Price killed a guy, so that's, chalk one up for Vinny.
Right, and so just recap. So why did Vinny kill a guy?
Because that guy was the bank president and he stole $1 million from the bank. He was trying to get Vincent Price to, as his doctor, declare him dead and send another guy's corpse to be buried. Vincent Price was like, fuck you, I'm just going to shoot you and take all the money for myself. He has to find
his Hippocratic oath.
Right, yes. Certainly, there's some violations without a doubt, but he is trying.
More like hypocritic oath. Am I right, boys? Am I right?
Isn't it? Yes, sir. You're 100% right. He is a hypocrite, yes, because he was like,
If a guy gets shot in the woods and no one's around to witness it, does he make a sound?
Exactly. And the answer is no. So Vincent Price has to find where this money is at. That's going to be the tricky part. That's going to come into play in the next act. So basically, there's this $1 million in play. The house that all this is happening at, that's the bank president's house, right? Like the woman, Agnes Moorehead, she's playing Cornelia. She's the one renting the house. So she's renting the house. There's, all this weird shit going on. And now the bat has entered the picture.
The bat has descended on the house.
The bat has descended on the house. And we will talk more about kind of the origins of the bat, the story, the play, and all that. But more specifically, right now, we're going to kind of talk a little bit about Vincent Price, who we've got to see him kill a guy. So again, that's it's a good place to, if by our first break we've gotten that Vincent Price doing an evil deed, then it's good. It's that's what you want to see him doing. And this movie capped off a year of almost exclusively horror movies for him. He did, in 1959, plus this 4 horror movies. And he had...
Sheesh.
He was not really... It's not like he just started off as a horror movie actor. Throughout the 30s and the 40s, he did all kinds of different movies, different roles, comedies, noirs, biographical dramas. He did all this different stuff. He did get a little early taste of
Who else could Vincent Price portray in a biopic other than himself?
Do you want to know who he played?
Yes.
Oh, well, there was a biopic on Brigham Young, and he played. He might have played Joseph Smith. I think he either played Joseph Smith or he played one of the other. He played one of the other. I can't remember which. And that movie, the guy playing Brigham Young was the star of Revolt of the Zombies, which we watched back in season 2. Character actor throughout the 30s and 40s, but in 1953 he was cast in House of Wax, which again, like I said, was a remake of a movie called Mystery at the Wax Museum. And it was in color, and it was the Vincent Price movie was in color and in 3D, which was a novel thing in 1953. It was one of the first movies to capitalize on the craze. So it was a huge box office hit. And the next year, Vincent Price did a movie called The Mad Magician, which we watched a trailer for at the beginning of the pre-roll. And those were his first two horror roles. He did at Universal back in the 40s. He did play the Invisible Man 2 times, actually. There's a movie called Invisible Man Returns where he plays the main character, the guy who turns invisible. And then he was in Abbott and Costello Meet Frankenstein for like a couple lines playing the Invisible Man. Like it was a cameo at the end, and it's kind of throwaway, but it's Vincent Price's voice, so it's kind of cool. But he had a little bit experience in the Universal horror realm, but House of Wax was what sealed it. He did Mad Magician, and then in 1958 he did The Fly, which was the other trailer we saw in the pre-roll. Huge movie. He's not playing like a bad guy in that or horror movie role, but it was he was starting to be identified with this genre. And then in 1959, he did House on Haunted Hill, The Tingler, and Return of the Fly. And then The Bat.
The what?
And Return of the Tingler.
So with the 2 trailers that we're going to see at this break are for House on Haunted Hill and The Tingler.
It's my favorite, roller coaster name. What is up with that movie title?
Dude, you are going to love this trailer. You need to see... The Tingler is on Tubi, which is a great sentence in its own right. The Tingler is on Tubi, so you should go check it out. The Tingler is... it's one of my favorite. I love The Tingler. Both of these movies that we're going to see the trailers for are directed by a guy named William Castle, who is known for doing gimmicks in his movies. And we're going to get to watch House on Haunted Hill. And for that, it was a gimmick called Percepto. Emergo, where the skeleton emerged from the screen, and it was an inflatable skeleton that flew over the audience. But we'll talk more about William Castle and Vincent Price and their whole thing after we see these trailers. So stick around for these, and when we come back, we're going to get into the exciting middle of The Bat.
I'm Vincent Price, and you're invited to my party in the house on Haunted Hill, where so far the ghosts have murdered only 7 people. So won't you come and make it 8? You'll see human heads without bodies. Mysterious pools of blood dripping from the ceiling. The walls move slowly in against you. Don't try to escape, you can't. You ready, dear?
No.
Are you ready, dear?
Yes, damn you.
The ghosts are waiting, so won't you join me in the house on Haunted Hill? Hurry, or you'll be late for your own funeral.
I'm William Castle, and I feel obligated to warn you about the next attraction you will see at this theater. The picture is The Tingler, which I directed. And for the first time in motion picture history, members of the audience, including you, will actually play a part in the picture. You will feel some of the physical reactions, the shocking sensations experienced by the actors on the screen. I guarantee that The Tingler has more shocks per minute than my last film, The House on Haunted Hill. But don't be alarmed. You can protect yourself. When you see the picture, you will be told, and remember the instruction, how you can guard yourself from attack by the Tingler. And now may I show you a few scenes from the Tingler?
And we are back.
The Tingler.
That was, yes. Evan asked, he said, is that the trailer for the movie where they put the electronic, in the seats? Yes, so that was the gimmick, Percepto, where William Castle at participating theaters, they installed buzzers in the bottoms of certain seats so that during the big scenes in the movie where the Tingler is attacking people, they would, like, somebody in the booth would hit the buzzer and, it buzzes the bottom of your seat. So it, like, it gives you a little shock.
Why do the special effects in that guy's movies all sound like Harry Potter spells?
Well, yes, well, you got to give it some gimmicky name, and that was all, he would always name these gimmicks something, Emergo, Percepto. He had some other ones. The movie 13 Ghosts, which was remade in the 2000s, just like House on Haunted Hill. House on Haunted Hill was remade in 99. But both of those movies were remakes of William Castle movies, and for 13 Ghosts, there was like a ghost viewer it was like there was a red tinted thing and a blue tinted thing, and if you wanted to see the ghosts, you could look through one lens, and if you didn't want to see them, you could look through the other. I don't know if it worked. It was a whole but his first big thing was like he sold a life insurance policy. And
what, in case the movie's
yeah,
scary?
it was he got the Lloyds of London to insure anybody that died of fright. So it was like shit like that. He had another thing called, like, for one of his movies called, like, the Fright Break, and you could, like, right before the big scariest part of the movie, there was like a 60-second break, and if you wanted to leave the theater, you could get your money back, but you had to go to a place called the Coward's Corner, which was like a yellow booth, and there were yellow footprints like that led to it, and like they made a big show of it if you went to the Coward's Corner to get your money back. So it was all kinds of
I'm sure that didn't have any effect on the corner pacing of the movie.
Pretty much.
Just stop it.
Just stop it for. Well, William Castle would come on. William Castle was a showman, so he would do all these gimmicks, and like the audience was almost as familiar with him as they were with somebody like Hitchcock, and the way that if you were going to see a William Castle movie, you kind of knew who. Because he would appear in his trailers. He would sell the gimmick to you. So it was kind of like he was a personality in and of himself. And God damn it. Now we got too many horror actors on that. Vincent Price, he did these two movies, House on Haunted Hill and The Tingler, with William Castle, and they're so much fun. They're great movies, but they really kind of cemented Price's place as a horror actor. Because Castle's movies were really cheesy and cheap and very much like, severed heads and, all this crazy shit that, like, it kind of set the stage for what would come the year after this, which was in 1960 when Vincent Price did House of Usher for Roger Corman. That was the first Roger Corman, Edgar Allan Poe movie, and Vincent Price went on to be in most of those films. Not all of them, but most of them. And so that was what solidified Price as a horror star. But there were all these, handful of films that he did throughout the 50s that the audience was starting to be like, okay, like, I know what to expect from a Vincent Price film. But then Corman kind of took full advantage of that, and that was kind of, the highlight, the big, great bright spot of Vincent Price's career. So, yeah, again, go check out his movies if you haven't seen more Vincent Price stuff. It's great.
Go watch some Scooby-Doo.
But, go watch 13 Ghosts of Scooby-Doo. But keep watching this, because we're going to get to see plenty more Vincent Price. Anything before we get back into it, boys? Any guesses about who the Bat could be so far? Do we have any... We've met an array of characters.
We've met a guy who has a cage full of bats.
Met him, yes. Could it be the man who has a cage full of bats?
You might be a bat if...
You might be a bat if... Yes.
I could be a man with a cage full of bats and a bench full of chemicals.
You wouldn't know. They wouldn't know. And yes. So we don't know who it is yet. Probably Vincent Price's character, the good doctor. But it could be anyone. That's why it's a mystery. So
that's why.
So yes, without further ado, we're gonna, if Fresh has it queued up,
I do.
We're gonna get into the exciting middle of the bat right now. Oh, wait, we were muted. No, I'm just kidding. I just, for a second looked at it.
Oh, no.
Yeah, I was like, please tell me I didn't do that again.
They found you, Doctor.
Well, I reached my office shortly after you called. How is your maid? Is she in anything?
How is your
No,
maid?
she doesn't seem to be.
Did the bat get away?
That was Joan of Arcadia on.
I want to examine it. There you go, Miss Allen. Now you'll feel better.
Yeah, it is very Stewie Griffin almost in a way.
Yeah, it'll be better after I've examined the bat's brain under a microscope.
It's certainly...
That thing's got a brain?
Oh, you'd be surprised. Well, where is it?
I think the little darling is in that closet.
Oh. You know, it's a pity you leased this house, Miss Van Gorder.
Why a pity?
Well, my dear lady, I don't want to alarm you, but...
Oh, well, after tonight, nothing can alarm me.
Yes, I understand. It must have been terrifying. So many
Nothing can alarm me, see?
Things have happened here. There's something about the place. Your servants must have sensed it when they walked out on you. An apprehension of disaster.
An apprehension of disaster.
Aha, yes.
So true.
It's all right now. Take it easy.
How much cold brew do you have over
Quiet
there?
now. Quiet.
Some.
Can I get a little more?
Put less rum in this one.
He looks quite normal. Doesn't seem to be sick at all.
Oh, ain't that nice? I've been worried about him.
Well, you should be. From his appearance,
This bat has
I'd say that
rabies.
He doesn't have any infection.
No
In
infection.
which case,
No
you've
infection.
had a narrow escape. Now, you take one of those tablets I left for you, and I'll guarantee you a good night. And I'll drop in on you tomorrow.
Oh, thanks for everything, Doctor.
Now, don't worry, I can find my way
Doctor.
out.
No, I know you can, but you let me help you.
Oh, don't forget that once I'm gone, you'll have to climb those stairs alone.
Oh, I'm all right. I'm armed now.
What?
You,
What
do
was
one
she
of
not
those
on
things without
before? I
shutting your
thought she
eyes?
had that.
She had the gun
Doctor, there are
before.
guns in every book I've ever written. I don't write about things I'm unfamiliar with. Lock the door, Lizzie.
Good night.
Good night, Doctor.
Accident?
No, the wind blew him down.
Oh.
I think.
Fucking sick,
Did you know
dude.
that young Mark leased you this house without notifying his uncle?
No, I didn't.
Well, it doesn't matter now. John Fleming is dead and Mark's his heir. But if John were alive, he would warn you to leave here, Miss Van Gorder.
Really?
Yes. Really? It's been a tragic place for anyone who ever lived in it. Well,
really?
Good night, Doctor.
Get out of this house. Okay, bye.
Nobody you need worry about, Doctor.
It's Andy.
This kind of is a Scooby-Doo plot. If he's like trying to scare these people off so he can find the like fortune of this dead guy, that's straight up a Scooby-Doo plot.
Well, again, this whole idea of a murder mystery and that whole just mystery plot,
In my bedroom.
it comes from the Bat, like not this movie, but the play The Bat, which
I spotted
first
this hole
appeared in
when I went in and I got
1920. It inspired a lot of things, but we'll talk about that later.
let's not
gonna
get
give it
into
away
that
yet.
yet.
My daughter told me that she phoned headquarters at Zenith.
Yes, I phoned twice. The second time was after the prowler got in the house.
When headquarters, Andy?
No, but they contacted me.
An officer came and searched the house from top to bottom, but they couldn't find the bat.
You better have this window fixed tomorrow.
Oh, yes, I certainly shall.
Listen, I'd better be going. I'm due in surgery at 8 o'clock in the morning. Good night.
Good night, Doctor.
There'll be a man patrolling the grounds all night, Miss Van
Oh,
Gorder.
thank you.
And nobody inside, Andy?
Why should there be?
Well, how do you know but what the Bat is hiding somewhere in the house?
I'm quite sure he isn't in the house, Doctor. Not now. Good night.
I wonder who the number one suspect is. There's a fade to black. God dang it. I couldn't find him on this one. I was having a hard time. It's like the breaks in this one are in the worst spot. Not the worst, just not the great spot.
Well, congratulations. Real estate business must be picking up. New office, new furniture. New deal. How do you like it? It's expensive.
FDR.
Are you squandering
What'd
your
you think?
inheritance?
That happened a long time ago. Would you like it?
Well, the paper says John Fleming left his entire fortune to you.
Funny thing about that entire fortune is that we can't find it.
No kidding.
These guys wear their pants so
John had in
high.
his bank account was a couple of $100. And his safe deposit box was empty.
If we don't find that missing million, mine will be empty too.
Yeah, basically like up to
It's
your
like above their belly button.
Like right to, you know.
The examiners won't certify the bank is solvent until
Your
those
rib
stolen
cage,
securities are found. So
the bottom of your
stockholders have
rib
voted an assessment that will wipe some of us out. It's a since those securities have been converted into cash. And if I can't find that cash, I'm so
Old hard cash.
Well, where are you going to look for it, Andy?
Here in Zenith. Your uncle wouldn't take $1 million on a hunting trip, would he?
You suspect Uncle John? Why, Andy. He founded the Zenith
Why
Bank. That'd be
Andy
like robbing a family
Anderson?
tomb.
Did you guys pick up that's his
You
name?
think
yet?
he wouldn't?
Well,
Lieutenant
besides-
Anderson, Andy
Fingerprints are all over the
Oh
wall.
my goodness.
How did you find any of Uncle John's fingerprints?
Because he wiped him off.
Can the defense prove that?
They'll try to. Judy Hollander, Bailey's secretary, is a defense witness. And they believe her testimony will have a
She's a
powerful
defense
effect on
witness.
the jury.
He's got something in his
She has a
mouth.
powerful effect on me. Judy's a doll.
Here's the
Judy's
book
a
you
doll.
mentioned, Judy.
There's
Judy.
Judy,
Yes, it's just been published. You can
aka
looks like a
Darla from the Little
First
Rascals, the
impression.
original
Yes, of course.
Our Gang Little
So
Rascals
much.
shorts. She was Darla.
May I say
Spanky and Alfalfa's
Yes, please do,
love
Warner.
interest.
Thank you.
And then if you saw the 90s movie, there's the character Darla.
Yes.
But her real name was
Persuade
Darla.
them to live in this house.
And this is her final
My new
film.
housekeeper knows this
Like
house
her
better than
only
you do,
adult
Doctor.
role,
She worked
but
for
her
John
final
Fleming.
film.
And
She did some other
Warner
TV stuff
was my
after this, but
chauffeur.
no movies.
Chauffeur turned butler.
Yes, incredible. He can play any part at a moment's notice. Did you
It's really good with like a little bit less
No, we
rum in it.
can't get a plumber for 3
Yeah,
days,
I
madam.
think so. I would agree
What about
with
that leaking pipe? The basement will be flooded in 3 days.
The pipe is no longer leaking.
You mean it's dried up of its own accord?
Well, not quite. I packed the elbow where the water was coming out.
Pack the elbow. Well, where did you learn how to do that?
Well, into each life a little rain must fall, and a careful man learns to keep himself dry. Now, is there anything...
That's
Oh,
but to
all
the
right.
school,
I
madam.
like that.
Just a moment, Warner.
Words to
Thank
live
you,
by
madam.
there. That guy's an actor
There's a
named John
character.
Sutton who had acted with Vincent
How long did you say
Price
that he worked for you as
in the two
chauffeur?
Universal movies that he did, Invisible Man
Well, I hope he
Returns
doesn't have a police record.
and Tower of London
My dear
with
Dale,
Boris
it may interest you to
Karloff.
know
Of course,
that the last
there he
night
is.
of his life, John Fleming told me that he loved
You know,
your husband
if
like
you're
a son.
acting as the
If
Invisible
Fleming were
Man,
alive today, he would
but
be
like
fighting
the
to
only
prove
time
his innocence.
when they're invisible, it's
So
special
Mr. Fleming
effects.
prove his own
Wouldn't you
innocence?
really be acting as the Visible
Gordon,
Man?
can there be any doubt about it?
Well,
Yeah, what are you
There will
even
be
doing?
When Miss Hollander testifies at Big
you know,
How hard do
unfortunately,
you
it
have to
seems
act
like they
to
were
be
just
invisible?
You know something that we
throwing
haven't
these
heard yet,
black
Judy?
satin all over these guys'
Something I
faces
saw
and
with
making
my
them
own
act
eyes.
anyway. Because that was how they did the
Not for me to
effect.
say what it
Was
was.
you
My
know,
dear girl, I wouldn't think of asking.
they were basically it was like a
But let's
green
assume for
screen
a moment
suit,
that
but it was
Fleming
black
did steal the
satin
million. Now,
against a
what do you
black
do about it?
a
Where is
black
it?
yeah, it was black screen.
Hidden someplace where he could lay his hands on
And
it.
then they were
without getting
and
caught.
like so they'd be wearing that, and then they'd have a suit,
If I was writing
and then they'd be like walking
instead of
around
living
doing
in the
stuff in
middle
the
of it,
suit, but you can't see their head.
I'd hide it
right?
right here in this spooky old house.
But they used the actor instead of getting a stunt double and just dubbing the voice later. Like Claude Rains was
If
the
Mr.
original Invisible
Fleming
Man, and then
had the nerve
Vincent
to
Price
steal
was the
million,
Invisible Man in the
he'd make his plans
sequel.
well in advance.
And then, you know, later on it
I
was
think
just
he
his
could pick a
voice.
place
They
to
didn't
hide it.
actually use him
The
physically, but
Invisibler Man.
Possibly
right.
when this
Yes,
house being
that
built.
yeah, the original title.
Now, I rented this place for Mark Fleming, his nephew. I wonder if he'd have the floor plans.
I'll ask him.
Yes. Lizzie, will you bring Mrs. Bailey the phone? You ask him now. His number is Summit.
Ask him now.
Now.
7537.
Oh, thank you, Lizzie. Summit.
7537.
Not bad, eh, Andy? That means new business.
The rotary phone.
Now, you see,
Gotta love it.
somebody wants to buy a house. Mark Fleming speaking. Oh, hello, Dale. Well, hang on a minute, honey, while I see if I have him. It's Dale Bailey, all excited. Miss Van Gorder wants to know if I have the floor plans of the Oaks. Now, what would she want with the floor plans?
Well, she suggested to me that your uncle might have hidden the bank loot there. Are the plans
Well,
here?
if you find the bank loot, it's not like you
Somewhere
can
in the
get it.
house
Everybody knows
itself.
it's bank loot. You know, if they
Wait a
can
minute, there
find
is a place
it,
where Uncle Johnny might have kept those
and
blueprints.
somebody just ends up with $1 million,
What place?
obviously.
Well, I heard him talk
the
about it a good
stolen
many
bank
years
loot.
ago. I can't be sure of the exact location. Anyway, I don't think the old boy had the guts to steal $1 million. But if I find those plans, I'll let you know, Andy. Hello, Dale. Look, honey, I haven't seen those plans since I was a kid, but I'll come over tonight and maybe we
Look,
can find
honey.
them.
Oh, whoa, whoa, whoa,
Thank
whoa,
you,
don't
Marge.
you call
We'll
me
expect
honey.
you. He seems to think they're here in the house somewhere. He's coming over tonight.
Well, that's good. Dale and Judy are my house guests for the weekend. Would you like to have dinner with us tonight?
Oh, no, thank you. I
Weekend.
couldn't.
The
I still
weekend.
Welcome to the weekend.
You know, if Judy's testimony is going to clear Vic Bailey
Dude,
and implicate
weekend
John
is my
Fleming,
favorite, like,
others may
sports
get the idea
position.
that there's very
The weekend, yeah, of
Don't
course.
mention your testimony when you're
That
actually
sports
on
position,
stand.
not the musician of the
That's
same
a smart
name
girl,
either.
Judy. And a very lovely girl. Well, good afternoon, ladies.
Goodbye,
Doctor.
Doctor.
People just start saying.
That guy is
That's
such
my
a
favorite
You hear
weird.
that new
musician.
song by The Weeknd? What? The Weeknd. What are you? What?
Yo, this new weekend slaps.
All you have to do is say it in a slightly annoying way, and like you just confuse the hell out of somebody.
Cool.
What are you saying? Like, oh.
You know, the weekend.
Yeah, but why are you saying it like that? Like
It's the
what?
end of the week.
What was
What are you
it?
talking about?
We have a good buddy that I used to always get mad about in high school. There was something he would say. And it's really weird inflection, and I cannot remember. I would just be like, why are you saying it like that?
Great.
I realize I should be putting them down on
It was our good buddy Sesney. I can't remember what it was he used to say.
Dale. Yes, I was. Do you take shorthand? Well, my dear, if you'd like to have your mind occupied, I want you to work with me while I write the story of this fantastic criminal, the Bat.
Bum, bum, bum. There's some music. Okay.
Yeah,
finally.
finally got a little bit of music. We just save it for this scene. We could only license the one track.
We didn't have enough music for the first act, but we got it going now. Ooh, okay. I like what they're doing with the music now.
Yeah, I gotta say, I do like the cost. Like the glove is, yeah, it's Freddy Krueger way before Freddy Krueger was ever a thing. Uh-oh.
Oh. Claw of death.
Thank you. It's really nice. Good dinner, Lizzie. As usual. Wonderful.
It's the perfect crime. The cops will think that it was just a wild animal.
Silver. It's an original, isn't it?
Yes, they still use them in England for paid breakfasts.
It trots right out.
Yeah. Fast walking his way away from the crime scene.
If you're the bat, why can't you just fly? I don't get it.
Why couldn't the bats just fly them into
Struck the hour in the last 10 years, if I'm to believe what Mark Fleming told me.
Why is it angled away from the wall like that?
I don't know. Somebody must have moved it. Lizzie, very likely when she was dusting.
Wait a minute.
It's all Lizzie's fault.
Did you know there's a door in this paneling?
No, I didn't. Oh, my gracious, so there is.
Maybe it opens to a secret passage.
My gracious!
Who knows, girls? We'll be about to stumble on that missing million. There's a panel. There must be some gimmick to it. There always is.
And this is the gimmick you pull. Ah! So dumb.
Shut up.
Got me, man.
Zenith Township immediately. A homicide has been reported.
Never saw it coming.
Proceeding to the Oaks. Notify the
Proceeding to the
constable.
Oaks.
Proceeding to the Oaks.
Tell him to come to the Oaks at once.
I love how
Curvy
fake it
road.
is.
Horrible.
As if his throat has been torn by some creature with fangs or claws.
That's his sign. We found it on the others he killed.
His pants are so fucking
Don't
high.
you
He
love
was up to his old tricks again with pure imagination.
They're so high, his tie is like wrinkled from where he pulled him even higher.
Yeah, I need a size 100 crotch, please. I asked my tailor, I said, you got this down to an 80, and this is way too tight. I said, you gotta lengthen this out a little bit.
Can we take the crotch way out?
If I don't have the edge of these pants up to my nipples, then I'm gonna be making such a social faux pas.
I know her.
I'm gonna look like an idiot.
Cleaning up. I cooked the dinner.
I'm gonna look ridiculous.
Did you know that the secret closet was here?
It was behind
I think this other actress who just randomly came in might also have been in the Vincent Price movie House of Wax.
Okay.
Getting some connections here.
Who is it?
Who?
Mark Fleming.
Who let the bats out?
Coroner, you saw the same wounds on the others. How long's he been dead?
Oh, I'd say about a half an hour. You believe it was the bat?
That's a bat's trademark.
Perhaps he's still in the house.
That's possible.
Perhaps.
Perhaps.
That's a weird thing to say, Doctor. Why'd you say that?
Well, he's a persistent killer. I would advise you to get out of this house as quickly as possible, notwithstanding our expert police protection. Have you called the morgue?
They're on their way here.
Oh, good. I want to examine the body before they get here.
I want to examine the body before they get here, yes.
Excuse me.
Ding dong.
Oh, Warner, where have you been?
Well, madam, it was... Has been an accident?
What, they just wrapped him up in a carpet? What the fuck?
My Elizabeth's place was killed here tonight.
Well, he was the owner of the
It's
house,
okay,
so
I'm a
technically it's
doctor.
his carpet. It's alright. And I'm a doctor,
Use the
so
front door, Miss Van
you
Gogh.
got nothing to worry
I
about
forgot my
here.
keys, and when I
Nothing to
rang the
see
bell at
here.
the
Just
kitchen door.
passing
There
through.
was no response.
Oh, this is Warner, Lieutenant. He's my butler. He was my chauffeur.
Why'd you promote him?
But it's very difficult to find a butler. They don't like service in the country.
Have you been a butler
What does
before?
that mean?
I've served in many capacities, sir.
Who knows?
This was my night off, and I forgot my keys.
I don't
This
have no
is my
idea.
night off, alright? I need to get the fuck out of
Surely I
here.
had dinner at Wiley's Road.
I can relate to that.
Try hard. And don't leave the house. I'll get to you later.
When there's a dead body at work, but it's your day off.
Right.
Not my problem.
Not my problem. Not my stain to clean out of the carpet.
Surely you don't think he's...
I'm not even getting overtime for this.
I'm not even supposed to be here.
But I will. There'll be a crew here shortly from headquarters, dusting for fingerprints, taking photographs. But in the meantime, Mrs. Patterson, you aren't leaving the house tonight, are you?
No, Lieutenant.
Don't. I'll
Oh,
talk
she
to you
was
in the morning.
definitely in House
Good
of
night.
Wax.
Good night,
I'm
sir.
almost
Good
positive.
night, Miss Sandra.
She
Dale.
plays like a landlady or
I was with Mark
boarding
Fleming
house
this afternoon
lady.
when you talked to him about the floor plans of this house. I heard him tell you he was coming here tonight.
Dale called him at my request. She told me he was coming.
Who else should I tell you that?
Judy, Lizzie.
And that nice Dr. Wells.
Dr. Wells.
Dr. Wells, you say?
There are a few killers who kill for the fun of it.
Killer Wells?
And I'm convinced that his crimes are motivated by his...
Get out.
You guys just like, Evan looked down and goes,
He lays his hands on them. These young ladies are staying here tonight?
Yes, they're my house guests.
Well, when my crew arrives, we'll be busy for a while, so I'd suggest that
That
you...
we go to our rooms? That's a very good idea. Come on, girls.
Yep, anyway, we're getting out of here. Fuck you.
Come on, girls.
What about
Let's
a police
go.
guard for this house tonight, Lieutenant?
You've got one. I'm going to cover this place tonight from the attic to the basement. If the vet makes another call, I'll have a little surprise for him.
What is your surprise going to be?
Who is he? Have you any idea?
He could be anybody. So far, there are clues to his identity, but nothing we could take before a jury. I'm afraid we must look higher than the criminal world. He may be a merchant, lawyer, doctor, scientist, one of the pillars of his community.
Come on.
Doctor, you say?
Lock your doors tonight. Stay behind them. I promise you you'll be safe. Good night.
Good night, Lieutenant.
Let's take our perms upstairs, ladies.
I've got solitaire to play. Cops just fucking in and out, not nothing. Here's the real heroes. Morgue attendants. They're the real heroes.
Poor Mark. Yeah, it's a pity. So young. Well, Doctor, do you agree it was the bat?
In my report, I shall say the death was caused by the same technique used in the other killings. A paralyzing blow to the throat, followed by severe lacerations of the jugular, resulting in excessive hemorrhage.
In a layman's language, he didn't know what hit him.
Oh, he knew.
What?
He knew.
Oh, he knew.
He
I will not elaborate further.
Like, okay. It's a weird thing to say, Doctor. Why did you say that? Why did you say it like that?
Well, until I check the doors and windows, but I'll be back bright and early in the morning.
Neither snow, nor rain, nor heat, nor gloom of night stays these couriers from the swift completion of their appointed rounds.
He's so good at recitation. He's.
Yes, I'm sure.
I can listen to him recite shit all day.
Good night, Andy. Don't get hurt.
Good night, Doctor.
I could also listen to him sounding super unsincere because he's like, "Good night, Andy. Don't get hurt." Like, what the fuck?
Don't let the bats bite.
You know, I think we'd better let you get some sleep.
Oh, Lizzie and I share this room for mutual protection. One night.
Sure,
Well,
sure,
yeah,
whatever.
we're all buying that.
Whatever you need
Stand by a
to,
dozen of these things.
you
You better
just
take
feel
one with you,
comfortable.
Dale.
That's what
Thank you.
that's the most important thing.
For mutual
Are you
protection.
sure there's nothing else you need?
Oh, no. Quite sure. We'll be all right.
Well, if anything bothers you, you just sing out, and two strong women will come to your rescue.
Oh, nothing will bother
Girl
us.
bosses.
Not with Andy on the job. No.
Well, good night.
Good night, girl. See you in the
Don't worry, everything will
Hashtag
be
girl
all
boss.
right.
Hashtag.
Good night.
Hashtag strong women. You better get batted, bro.
You're next up to bat.
Nah.
Oh, I don't think I'll sleep tonight. Me neither. All I can see is poor Mark Flood
Imagine if the other
staring
chick
at us.
wanted to sleep really bad and she just kept
I thought that
talking.
when people have their eyes closed,
Hey,
is insane.
are you awake?
Don't think about it. I'll bet you're
You ever
Oh,
think about how
what?
crazy it is?
No, I was
All the
thinking
stuff
like-
that's happening.
Oh my god.
I
will you
just want to
shut
go
up?
to sleep.
Oh, Judy, I love him so much.
I know, I'm just saying, like, isn't it crazy?
Still can't find his fucking keys or something? Oh, dang, dude, you're wasting your whole night off.
Would you believe I forgot my keys again?
Oh, I dropped my keys on the floor. Fucking James Mason knockoff over here. Doop. I like the way they're employing that guitar. I don't know if that's a slide guitar or what that is, but it was so weird that the first act of the movie didn't have music.
Yeah.
That's like really weird,
It's
right?
really strange, yeah. Do you think that they did that intentionally?
Yeah, I assumed it was like an
I
artistic
don't
decision,
know.
and none of it was gonna have music.
That was really because now it's like wall-to-wall score like you would expect, but like I don't know. That's not where the break's at, is it, Fresh?
That phone ain't working now.
Uh-oh.
No, it's not. It says phone cord cut, but that's not the
But that's not
timestamp.
the one. Yeah, I think it is actually.
Yeah.
Somebody move him back up the stairs.
Yeah, him. Is this a SpongeBob bit now?
It does. The guitar is getting a little.
The slide guitar.
Yeah. It's like the beginning of an episode style. Like they're just hanging out. Like, oh, Patrick.
I think there's a bat in this house, Patrick.
Home to the bat.
Goo Lagoon. Yeah, I'll never hear that. They're punching through the fucking wall, dude. They'll never know.
It's just the door.
Alright, we got this remodeling project we gotta do. We gotta break through all this drywall. It's coming up.
That's it.
Yep.
That was the break.
Oh, that was it? Oh. All right.
Yeah.
Well, we're at the third break, or second break.
Slam on the brakes.
Slam on the brake. We need that sound. Damn it. We need a whole soundboard. We need somebody else working that. It's hard enough for me to just keep this show running as it is. Couldn't imagine trying to operate it. I've tried to operate a soundboard. It's too hard. But yes, so we're at the break. We didn't go too long fresh after the.
I watched to see where you stopped.
Okay, good. Perfect.
Oh right, we're broadcasting.
Oh, we're live. Oh shit. Great. Yeah.
What are we on?
Are we on? Is this?
Wait, are we muted?
No. Oh shit. Oh shit. No. Fuck. No, that would suck. Yeah. So 2/3 of the way into the bat now. I mean, it seems pretty.
Not a whole lot happened, I guess. They're kind of just going back and forth.
One guy got killed.
Yeah.
So there was that.
Yeah, there was that.
They're going back and forth like the Phantom Creeps.
Yeah, pretty much. Just in this house, up the stairs, down the stairs, top of the house, bottom of the house.
Now I'm going up the sideways stairs.
Yeah, that's literally popped in my head right before you said it. I love that. Yeah, so it is just kind of all over the place. But again, part of that I think comes from the fact that it is adapted from a stage play, and the fact that it is on stage you're limited in your locations, you're limited in what you can do, and so again the original version of this play, The Bat, was in 1920, and it was adapted by Mary Roberts Reinhardt from this novel she did in 1908 called The Circular Staircase. So she and this other guy, Avery Hopwood, I think is his name, they wrote this play adapted from her novel, which had already been made into a film in 1915 under the title The Circular Staircase. And then in 1920, she did this play adaptation, and it was a huge hit on Broadway. It was a hit in London. It was revived multiple times. And it created the whole murder mystery, old dark house genre, basically. Because, 1920, I mean, that wasn't necessarily a thing then. You had a lot of imitators of the Bat on stage. You had The Monster, which was a stage play and then a movie written by the director of tonight's film, Crane Wilbur, who also wrote the script for tonight's film. Back in the day, he basically did a knockoff of The Bat called The Monster, which was made into a movie in 1925 starring Lon Chaney Sr. as a mad scientist. And we'll get to watch that movie on the show. It's in public domain now. And it's old dark house, but it's also some mad scientist tropes. It's a little bit of a comedy. It does all these different things. There was a parody of The Bat called The Gorilla, which was adapted into a play, which was then made into a movie, which will be our season finale this season, because it's a movie that features Bela Lugosi. So, we're always in a little Lugosi movie. So he was in The Gorilla. There was another play called The Cat and the Canary, which Universal did a couple times, and another studio did a couple times. And that's one of the trailers we're going to see for this break, is from a later adaptation of The Cat and the Canary, which is more of a comedy, like a mystery comedy, because it's got Bob Hope in it. And if you don't, Bob Hope is a famous comedian from... He was alive until 2001. He was but he was popular in the 30s and the 40s and the 50s and he would do USO tours all up to the the 80s or the 90s. I think he was doing USO tours. That was his big thing. So he's in this trailer he was in The Cat and the Canary, but again, it was more of a comedy. But it's an old dark house murder mystery, a bunch of people gathered for a will reading kind of a movie. And then the second trailer we're going to see is for a 1963 film called The Old Dark House, which is a remake of a Universal movie called The Old Dark House, directed by James Whale, the guy that did Frankenstein. This trailer for the 60s version, it was directed by William Castle, who just did those Vincent Price trailers that we saw at the last break. So it's a comedy as well. It's at that point the Old Dark House genre went out of vogue. So it was all about making fun of it. I mean, even again, like the monster, the gorilla, those were parodies. So the Bat kind of popularized this style of movie and play, but it very quickly was made light of. So that just is what happens when something is really popular. People are going to make fun of it. So
House on Haunted Hill did the skeleton, and it was perfect, and, you know,
yeah,
that was it for the whole genre.
And that was it. You can't really top that. So William Castle knew he had to make an out-and-out comedy. And that was also Old Dark House he made with Hammer Films, who did those Frankenstein movies.
MC Hammer.
Yes, exactly. When we did our Frankenstein special, which you can find on YouTube, we saw a bunch of trailers from that studio, and so William Castle worked with them to do Old Dark House, and I haven't seen it, but it just looks very silly. So, but with British humor. So we're gonna see those two trailers, and then when we come back, we're going to get into the exciting conclusion of The Bat. So stick around. We will be right back.
6. The warning has come again. Nothing can stop it.
You want to go first?
Yeah. No, certainly not. Ladies always go first.
Oh,
Right.
thanks.
Watch that step. Watch it.
Why'd you done
It's got me. It's got my hands. It's got. Jeez. It's this hand. It's this. Oh. Hurry up. I feel like a mouse. Get me out of this.
That the heir hereinafter named should prove to be of unsound mind, or if said heir should become insane or should meet death within a month of inheriting, then my estate is to be given to the person whose name is contained in envelope number 2.
Why, that will is practically an invitation to commit murder.
I remember a situation almost like this in an old play called The Fatal Hour, or She Should Have Known Better. At the end of the second act, the leading man takes the heroine in his arms and he kisses her. And then, filled with new courage, he starts out after the villain.
And, of course, comes back in the third act.
Oh, sure. No. As a matter of fact, in the third act, he's found dead in a bathtub. Why, there's nothing. Hey, wait a minute. This is loose. Hey, what's this? Listen, baby, don't be surprised if we discover an old skeleton in here. Well? Joyce! Joyce!
Are you interested in property? Desperately in need of somewhere to live or die? Then we have the very place for you. Femme Hall, they call this old dark house. Why don't you drop in? Sometime.
May I introduce a friend of Casper's, Mr. Pendrell?
Such a surprise to find he had a friend. We're having you for dinner. Delicious.
We should warn you that the Femme family have some very killing habits. But don't lose your patience, or you may lose your life. Living in the old dark house is Roderick, the eldest Femme. Then there's Cecily, the prettiest and youngest.
Something terrible is happening here. You've got to leave before the others find out.
The others? Who are the others? Well, there's Aunt Agatha, who loved knitting, surrounded by a host of wool-gathering relatives. Something or someone must have needled her.
Must have been murder. She always knitted so carefully.
This is Potiphar, and let's face it, he is plain potty.
There isn't much time left, Mr. Pendrell. There isn't much time.
Morgana, of course, is the femme fatale, one of the amenities of the house.
Don't you have any boyfriends?
I always had to be home by 12 o'clock. Well, things were just getting started, and I had to stop.
Also in the old dark house, you'll find Casper and Jasper. And dead or alive, they look the same.
You're there, and you're dead.
No, I'm not.
Yes,
Tom was just a visiting American who came by accident, and by accident, he was still alive. Remember, we are the sole agents for this desirable property, an exclusive residence that's murder to run. It will be vacant any moment now, on dead easy terms.
Alright, so we are back, and those trailers, I have actually not seen either of those movies before, but they are pretty fun from what I can tell by those trailers.
Garrett, are you okay? You sound a little different.
I'm not. Nothing's different. I'm completely
You sound a little
fine.
under the weather.
I'm fine. I'm all right. Not at all. I feel 100%. I feel the best I've ever felt.
Not feeling a little COVID-y?
No, not at all. I don't think I'm running a temperature or anything. I think my head kind of feels a little bit harder, but I feel great. Other than that,
you haven't recently picked up smoking cigarettes, have you?
No,
smoking cigarettes for 50 years.
I'm sorry. I just I thought it'd be kind of obvious, but it's because I'm the Batman. Did you?
Oh,
did you get it? Did you get it? Did you hear that?
Get it?
Yeah, I'm the Batman. I'm sorry. I'm the Batman.
Well, we solved the mystery then. We know who the bat is. It's Garrett.
It's me. I'm the Batman.
It was him the whole time. Thanks, everybody. That wraps up the show for tonight.
So that great episode tonight, boys. Terrific. We're firing on all cylinders. No, so the reason we just had Batman come visit us is because, interestingly enough, the creator of Batman, the comic, Bob Kane, said that he was inspired by the 1930 film adaptation of The Bat, which is called The Bat Whispers. It's an early sound film.
So how it went down, he had just come out of the theater with his parents, and then
his parents got murdered, and then he said, I need to follow the lead of that character in that movie, and I need to get my revenge. And He did, didn't he? But yeah, I mean, so the creator Bob Kane said that he was inspired by the look and the methods and just some of the elements of this character out of The Bat Whispers, which is a 1930 adaptation of the same play, and it's actually one of the first widescreen films. It was a format at that time called Magnafilm. But it's like widescreen, like
the name back then.
And let me tell you something. Yeah, like the same way, like in the 50s when they were doing widescreen, it was like CinemaScope, and they were doing it back then too.
Something crazy.
But the crazy thing, I actually went and watched this part of this movie the other day, The Bat Whispers. It is wild, the cinematography and the camera techniques and everything. It's like a modern movie almost, and the fact that it's widescreen, it's like. It's actually really good. Like, they're doing all this crazy stuff. And
did you feel inspired to create a comic book hero?
I mean, I certainly felt inspired to create a suave man of mystery, which Batman, you could certainly describe him as. So, so it's kind of interesting. This is just another adaptation of that same play, but it's funny that this character of the Bat, because there was a 1925 film 1926 film adaptation, the 1930 adaptation, and then the one that we're watching tonight. So, but it's funny.
Why didn't we ever get a Vincent Price Batman?
Oh, well, and for our enterprising viewers, if you don't know, Vincent Price was a staple, well, not necessarily a staple, but he guest starred on the 60s version of Batman many times, or a couple times, as a character, a villain called Egghead.
Oh.
So have you ever heard of Egghead? And again,
that was Vincent Price.
That was Vincent Price, yes. And if remember Spider Baby, which we watched our season premiere, the guy who played like the young hero in that, he played Vincent Price in a TV movie about the making of the Batman series, and he was like dressed up as Egghead, playing it as Vincent Price. So just a weird, again, with Vincent Price you can play, it's almost like 2 degrees of Vincent Price. Like, literally, Vincent Price connects you with anybody. I mean, because he worked with Michael Jackson. So from, I mean, he gets you out of the film realm, and then once you're connected with Michael Jackson.
Everybody.
Talking about music. I mean, again, it's just amazing. So, I mean, the conversation always goes back to Vincent Price. But again, the Bat was a very influential play. It was a very influential property, and this movie was not, I mean, again, there was not another adaptation of it after this. So we'll talk more about that. But
the definitive
adaptation. The definitive adaptation. So we're going to get into the
definitive edition.
Wait, what?
The definitive
edition.
Definitive edition.
You put that on the box, and then you can charge more for it.
Right. If it's got our commentary, then it is the definitive edition, without a doubt. So, before we get into this, any changes on the killers? Any ideas? What are we thinking?
I
think the killer is obviously Darla.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Could see that.
I think that the ladies are gonna rig up some kind of
booby trap.
I was gonna say Rube Goldberg machine.
Oh, okay, that works.
And trap the Bat, and they're gonna pull his mask off, and he'll say, "I would have gotten away with it too, if not for you, you meddling ladies."
Bound to happen. And that led to my next fact. That's how Scooby-Doo got their inspiration. No, that's not. I made that up. That's not a real fact. Don't believe that.
It's fake news.
Fake news. All right, yeah. So I think men and specifically Fresh, if you have it queued up.
I do.
All right, then here we go.
What's that noise? Oh, I don't know.
What is that?
I kind of fell half asleep. For a moment, I thought it was something from a dream. It's somewhere in the house.
Adam.
Adam.
Not directly over.
Stop it.
Probably a room overlooking the driveway.
Did she just excuse all that banging away? It's something from the driveway.
It's just the wind.
It's not the wind.
It's not the wind. So Agnes Moorehead's last nomination for an Academy Award came in a horror movie called Hush Hush Sweet Charlotte, which I highly recommend that people check out. I've seen it a billion times. My parents love it. They saw it when they were kids and they said it scared the shit out of them. It's not really scary now, but it's fun. It's got Betty Davis. If you don't know about Betty Davis,
Maybe that's what somebody's looking
class act Betty Davis. She's something else. Classic Hollywood actress.
For heaven's sake, don't you hear that awful noise up there? Now, Lizzie, you've just got to stay awake. The house phone and the outside phone wires have
That was
been
some
cut
bad
and we
ADR
can't
right
get
there.
Yeah.
Policeman. Oh, I don't know. Something must have happened to him. Now, go on, get on your robe.
Oh, Dale, please don't go up there. I've got to. Think what it could mean to Vic. Now, you stay here.
Oh, no. If you go, I go.
I think this is like stock music right now. This sounds very familiar. Don't hear no guitar. No guitar.
Let you go up there alone.
I don't hear no guitar. None of that there guitar.
I got guitar. I'm over in Prump, partner.
Corrupt Nevada?
This is some Scooby-Doo bullshit.
Just put a roller skate outside the door and then knock. And then he walks out and he steps. He skates down the stairs.
Cowabunga, dude.
Ah!
Ah! Oh shit! Ah! Ah!
Sheesh.
Brutal! Ooh!
Wow.
Holy shit! That's some action right there. Not covered very well, but
yeah,
some good action. Let me cover this all in a wide.
Heavily implied.
Super wide. Oh shit. She dead.
Rip.
I say
Got another body.
I say you, she did.
What the fuck, Andy?
Not doing your job very well, are you? I thought that was gonna be the doctor. It was just gonna bounce right back.
What's happening? There seems to be a problem here.
Does someone need a doctor?
Yes, the bat. He
I'm a
caught us at the head of the
doctor.
stairs. We saw him rushing down the stairs as we came out of the room. I hurled that after him.
Oh, you're just
Hit him, I
hysterical.
believe. I'm going to cover this place from attic to basement, you said. Well, what were you covering when that poor child was murdered? Where were you?
I saw a man outside in the grounds. I went out there and hunted him. I heard him in among the trees, and so I followed the sound of him as far as the brook down near the back road. And then I lost him. I'd rather give my own life than have this happen to Judy. But I told you to stay in your rooms and lock your doors and stay there.
Yeah, I
What was
told
she doing
you,
at the head of those
dumb.
stairs?
Didn't I tell you?
Didn't I tell you,
They heard a
though?
strange noise. Heavy pounding in one of the rooms on the 3rd floor. We all heard it.
I wanted to see what it was. Judy, wish she wouldn't let me go out by myself.
I made her stay on the balcony.
What about your new butler?
Oh, well, he's in his room, I suppose.
Wow, shut up, you bitch.
Oh, Mrs. Patterson.
Oh, yes.
Did you know what happened here?
Oh, yes. What was happening? I just had my curlers.
She did it. It's
On
her.
the same floor, but he wasn't in his room. His bed hasn't been slept in.
Uh-oh.
Mrs. Patterson heard the screams. Warner could certainly hear them.
You're quite right, sir. I heard them.
Oh, you did? And
What
where were
the
you?
fuck?
Outside in the grounds.
He's been
He's been
partying.
murdered.
Yeah.
No.
Rolling around on the ground.
So you're surprised. Shocked. Well, I've seen better performances. I remember you now. Your name's not Warner. I've got a circular in my office with your picture on it.
Ooh.
The Chicago police not so long ago were hunting for you in connection with the robbery.
You're right again, sir. And they found me and they tried me and I proved my innocence and I was acquitted.
That could have been a lucky break.
No.
Classic cop.
Told you before, sir. Outside,
What were you doing there?
I was following you. I saw you leaving the house, and it seemed that you were hunting someone. I thought you might need some help. Oh, yes, sir. I followed your flashlight down through the trees. Then it disappeared. And then suddenly, as I was staring out into the darkness, I was struck by something on the back of the head. The next thing I knew, I was lying on the ground. I realized I'd been knocked out.
I wish you had been knocked out.
Yeah, this is such
But then we'd have found you with
stage
your mask still on your face.
play staging, because you can see the one woman
With this
is
book
still
sitting
back there
right down
cuddling
the
that
stairs.
dead body.
Oh, no, sir.
Like,
you
what?
can't do this on me. I'm not the best.
Come on.
I've never killed. I couldn't kill. I won't take the rap for this.
I won't take the rap for this. I was like, oh,
I'm
what?
not doing.
Why does he look all disheveled? I'm not going down for this.
Hear me out.
What's she doing
You ain't
on the
taking me
stairs?
down for this.
This is where men should be.
Men only.
This is the stairs.
Well, Doctor, we have another case for the county coroner. You see, the bat came back. Why did you come back, Doctor?
Well, I had an accident about a mile down the road. The right rear wheel of my car
His
came
head's
off and I
all bloody.
plunged into the ditch. This was the nearest house, so I came here to call for help. I thought I'd find you around, Andy.
Physician, heal thyself.
Uh-oh.
You must have been hit by something on the back of your head.
I told you I had an accident.
So you did, Doctor. So you did. I could be wrong.
Gave
So
me
you
a
did.
side eye, like, I don't know what's up.
All right, Dale, let's start a new chapter. For days, the murders held the
What,
headlines.
this is her secretary now?
Lieutenant Anderson grilled us and ransacked the house from top to bottom. Warner was not placed under arrest, but his every move was watched. At night, except for a detective on guard in the house, the police and the reporters left us alone. And on one of those nights, without telling Lizzie or anyone else, I pursued a secret investigation of my own. It was in an empty room on the third floor.
Has she been
where we
dictating
kept
this
our
the whole
trunks
time?
and other things.
I guess so.
Has she? Is this a frame narrative?
Yeah, I think it is. It must be. Hell, she's on the right track. Clearly.
There's a hole in my wall.
God damn it, Fresh. That's great. I love that. There's a hole in my wall. You might be a redneck.
You might be a redneck if there's a hole in your wall and you don't know who poked it in there.
You might be a redneck if there's a hole in your wall and you put beer cans in it.
Yep, you might be. That is true.
Yeah.
You just might be. Going down the stairs. This is the part of the movie where everybody just walks around in circles.
Yeah, what is this, Clue?
Yeah. No, but in that there's way more talking. It's way more Tim Curry telling you what's going on the whole time. And you're just trying to keep up. It's really hard.
Put him up, man.
Put him up, man.
Put him up, put him up.
Right idea to kill me in my own lab and let people think that I'm the bat. But you had to kill me first. What was it to be, ambush? And clever as you are, you're not smart enough to do that. Nor were you smart enough to find the money, though you came quite close to it. But I know where it is. And when you're dead with that sign pinned on your chest, I'm going to collect it and live happily ever after. He destroyed himself. How true that will be. Well, goodbye, Bat. Here's a serum that will heal you whether you're rabid or not.
Come on.
Yeah, if he had left the monologue out, that kind of would have been over.
Wait, I missed it. Are these stunt doubles?
I think you're right, yeah.
Yeah, they might have been.
What, did he even have the gun in his hand? You could have staged that a little better, bro. Come on.
No, it's fine. It's fine.
No.
They'll just the sign says that he killed himself.
Right, yeah, forensics aren't exactly that stringent back then.
This police force is shit. We all know it.
Now she's in the Batcave.
We'll see. She gotta get the secret password again. Alfred!
Something's wrong. Something's wrong.
Astute observation.
Something's wrong.
Lizzie, that's her name.
Miss Cornelia.
My spoon is too big.
My spoon is... No.
Miss Cornelia. Now, where would she be going at this time of night?
Yeah, that's what I'm wondering.
I was trying to... thought about a word to describe these women, and I don't know if it's still used colloquially. So colloquially.
Close enough.
Colloquially? There it is.
I think that was right.
We know what you're trying to say.
Yes. Hold on, I'm gonna look this up. I'm gonna need to make sure the definition is right.
Mr. Davenport. Mr. Davenport. A fine thing. The door unbolted, the chain off, and you asleep on the job. Wait till Lieutenant Anderson hears about this.
Yep. All right. So we're watching a couple of battle axes just fucking tear through this murder mystery. You know what battle axe means?
I'll be back in a minute.
You know the.
Isn't a battle axe usually a
It says it's derogatory, so I did just use. It says it's derogatory.
Yeah,
so I
it's
use it in
maybe
a derogatory
a
way,
tiny
but
bit
it's but I don't think this. I don't think this definition is
I'm terribly worried.
is negative. It says a formidably aggressive older woman.
Yeah, not a bad thing, but people use it as if it were.
Karen is way worse than battle axe.
Are you all right now?
Yes.
I'll be all right.
Yes.
I remember. I took a drink of wine from that decanter there. Miss Van Gorder told me to help myself.
She wouldn't put nothing in it?
Well, somebody did. Somebody who knew I was on duty here.
Well, I think you can describe Lizzie and Cornelia as battle axes.
Couple of battle axes.
Couple of battle
I told the
axes.
housekeeper to get warmer.
Lieutenant Anderson will want to know about this. Hello. Yeah, this is Davenport.
Out of the movies we've watched, have there been many strong female characters like this?
Not at all. Not at all. Not one bit.
Well, you better call Anderson and let him know. He's not at home.
So that's a nice thing. Yeah, that is a refreshing.
What case?
Change of pace.
Dr. Wells.
But again, that goes back to the play.
What else did they tell you about it?
Oh, hurry, will you? We've got to find Miss Cornelia.
I mean, the play is very much the same thing. Cornelia Van Gorder, Lizzie the maid. It's all the
Dr.
same
Wells
shit.
was found dead in a room next to his garage, murdered.
Murdered?
Dr. Wells.
So obviously the bat did a terrible job. Did not stage that crime scene at all.
In his room. There's no sign of him anywhere.
They're like, oh, it was the bat.
Where's Miss Cornelia? That's what I want to know.
Wait a minute. Didn't you say that the chain and the bolt were off of the front door?
I certainly did.
Well, maybe Miss Van Gorder went outside.
Oh, she never would.
Not if I'm
She
with her to
hated
carry
going
her
outside.
things. She hates it out there. No air! No air!
Miss Cornelia.
Oh, Miss Van
Miss
Gorder.
Cornelia. Miss Cornelia.
Miss Van Gorder.
Look. There's a light in that room on the 3rd floor. Were you up there tonight?
Well, of course I was, but I turned the lights out before I came downstairs.
Then Miss Cornelia might have turned them on again. That's where we're going to look first. Come on.
Got super dramatic all of a sudden.
Cornelia. Miss Cornelia. Miss Cornelia.
Miss Cornelia.
I'm here.
Tap, tap, tap.
Come to the mantelpiece.
Here we are, Miss Van Gorder. What do we do now?
Over the mantel. There are 5 panels. Try to...
Cylon may crash the end of the stream. We'll see what happens.
Which panel did you say, Miss Van Gorder?
Oh, I just can't.
Miss Van Gorder, which panel? We couldn't hear you.
She said strike it. What difference does it make which panel? Strike them all.
Break the fucking thing down. Give me a fucking axe. I'll bust through it myself.
Well, they are the axes.
That's what I'm saying. She'll just bust through it herself.
Oh, it's all right now. It's all right, dear. Lizzie's here.
Feeling better?
Yes, much better.
We'll take you to your room.
Oh, no, you won't. I'm going to stay right here. I'm quite all right. Oh, how blessed it is to breathe without an effort. You know, no one knows how sweet the air can taste until someone shuts it off for a moment. That room is just like a box. When the mantelpiece closed, it seemed like all the air was drawn out of it. Look, there it goes again.
Let it close. I can open it from in here.
I figured it out. You fool.
There's a control panel behind this blueprint. Electric motor under the trap door here.
Behind this blueprint. What kind of escape room is this?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. A big old mansion with trapdoors and false bookcases. And, I mean, wouldn't that not be so much fun to have and live in? I would
take an expert
love
to crack
that.
this box or a shot of nitro.
Well, maybe that's what the bat had in mind.
Could be. Seems he's on the prowl tonight.
Miss Van Gogh.
I think it would get annoying after a while.
And Dr. Wells has been murdered.
Well,
like every time you have company, you have to tell them like, yeah, to get to the bathroom, you have to pull the red book on the bookcase 2 times and then it opens.
You don't make sure you're standing on the platform just right, because if not, you'll kind of get wedged into the side of the bookcase, like that movie Young Frankenstein. If you haven't seen it, check it out.
You gotta find the blue key when that unlocks the blue lock.
Lizzie, put that light out in the other room.
What the fuck?
Where are you going?
Oh god, the forest fire's back.
The fire's back. That's the real killer.
Didn't you see that fire was set to get us out of the house?
Out of the house? Were you talking about the...
Yes, I'm talking about the bat. Now that the lights are out, he'll think his trick has worked, and we've gone. He'll be here any minute.
Because every time anybody leaves the house in this day and age, they're turning off the lights as soon as they leave.
We've got to be as clever as he is.
It's storming really bad here. I'm gonna sleep so good.
It is the sound of heavy rain on your
my window.
Pane.
I'm pumped right now.
That's awesome. Gotta love a good heavy rain. Thunder? You got thunder there too?
Yeah, hang the blueprint back up. Don't want anyone seeing that wire.
This is some Scooby-Doo bullshit.
I'm waiting for them to run in the hallway out and into different doors. Looking for the bad guy.
Like some rock music starts playing.
But you'll be safer downstairs. I'll take care of you.
Well, the others can go, but I'm going to stay right here.
All right, but get out of sight.
He's like, I'll take care of him. He opens up the bookcase. He's like, you need anything?
Good shit. Oh my god,
missed.
Scream like before anything even happens.
Let's face it, ladies, and get it over with. Others have seen my face before they died, but I'll have to deny you that pleasure. This would make a good scene for your book, Miss Van Gogh, but I'm afraid you'll never write it.
That is Warner. I could tell.
You misjudge me, Miss Ellen. I don't like being a murder suspect, Miss Van Gogh.
Norm MacDonald saves
Norm
the day.
MacDonald
Top
saves
of the
the
airport, I
day.
changed my mind and came
As
back.
usual.
I'm glad that I did.
He does look like old Norm MacDonald. Here's who the real killer is.
It was Old Man Jenkins.
Bum, bum, bum.
Why, it's Lieutenant Anderson. Yes, it was Anderson. He discovered the secret of the hidden room and was waiting to get into it and open up the safe. We found the money in it. A little over $1 million in 10s and 20s and 100s.
To keep this robbed bank money?
With all his ill-gotten
Hey, finders keepers.
bank stock. It's rather a clever way to hide stolen money. In the open, as it were. And so respectable. But don't try it. No matter how clever you are, you can't hide murder.
Okay.
Well, that's it, Dale. That's the end.
Okay, so
that's the end of the movie.
That is that.
So they got the money. They didn't have to turn it back in, I guess.
No, you would think that the fact that it was everybody knew that there was stolen bank money, that as soon as this money turned up, okay, turn it over to the authority, whatever the process is. No, we finders keepers, like you guys said. What the hell?
I think it's like Monopoly rules, free parking. If you land on the space, if somebody robs a bank and then you kill the bank robber, that money, I think you inherit the money.
You do. Yes, that is technically legally yours then. So, I mean, so what did you guys think about the killer? Did you expect it to be Andy Anderson?
No, I really was afraid that it was just gonna be
Vincent Price.
Yeah, Vinny.
Why do I want to keep saying Boris Karloff? I don't know what it is. I love Vincent Price.
We have been on a Boris Karloff
horrible.
kick lately.
We have, but I love Vincent Price. So the fact that I keep wanting to say Boris Karloff is driving me nuts.
Yeah.
But yeah, you wanted to think it would be Vincent, but
he had already killed before.
He had killed before, yes.
He wasn't exactly a good guy.
No, well. That's what I always thought, but watching it tonight...
Do you think he did it in self... Do you think it was justified?
That's how I saw it tonight, because that's the way that the Hollywood, code, that's the way that it all works, is that, well, if somebody kills in self-defense, that's a little different,
If you kill someone in self-defense, you're allowed to take their stolen bank money.
Right.
That's okay. That's ethically...
Finders keepers is okay.
That's ethically fine.
That's part of the rules. But, don't get swindled. Yeah, I don't know.
Don't get shot in your laboratory.
Don't get shot in your... Yeah,
Don't
Since
get caught
he wasn't
sleeping
the
in
bat,
your lab.
of course he was going to be victim to the bat. And again, the fact that it was Lieutenant Anderson, that is the common thread throughout all, the stage play and everything else, is that's who the killer is. You're not supposed to reveal, once you know the secret of the bat, you're not supposed to reveal that you know that it's Anderson that's the killer, but it's always Anderson. But that's just the way these old mystery plays work. Eventually, everybody's seen it, so everybody knows who the killer is. But this came out in 1959 on a double bill with The Mummy, which was from Hammer, that British studio that did the Frankenstein movies. They were doing other monster movies, so they did The Mummy, and this was released on a double bill with that, and it was not popular. The bat was not popular because it was seen as it was old school. It was too outdated. This kind of old school murder mystery was just kind of boring. When you got a mummy movie where Christopher Lee is getting his tongue cut out, and then when he's the mummy, he's getting shotgun blasted in the chest. That's much more exciting than what we just watched.
It's a little hard to go from that to this.
Right. So the bat was not, this version of the bat was not really a success because it was kind of out of date.
By 59, it's just stale.
Stale. Yep, that was
69.
I said Silarn was gonna crash the end of the stream. And sure
Were you
enough,
standing
here
outside
he
the door
is.
waiting
For about 20 seconds. Yeah.
to make a
Here he
69
is.
joke?
Silarn, you probably can't hear him, but he's popped his head in here. Do you want to come on and make a formal appearance, or we're getting close to a wrap up? Well, we're about to wrap it up soon, so we'll be okay. But yeah. So that was Cylon, everybody.
Cameo.
Yeah. And so it's, this version wasn't popular, but again, I urge everybody, go see the widescreen 31 version, or 1930 version of the Bat, because it's fucking wild. But it really did establish this whole old dark house murder mystery movie thing. And so many movies kind of took their cues from that, including the film we're going to be watching next week.
Segue.
We're going to be watching a 1932 film called The Monster Walks, it's an old dark house film. Somebody dies. The family comes in for a will reading. But
they take him to trial and the monster walks.
Well, listen, but it's also, and I'm not spoiling anything here, it's also ape-core, because we got a killer, not a killer ape necessarily, we got an ape in the mix. So
got an ape in the mix, people.
So we got an old dark house murder mystery and ape-core combined next week. So that should be fun. It's going to be an older movie, but I think we'll have fun with it. I've seen this a couple times now, and it's actually, I have enjoyed this movie. So I think we'll have a good time with it. So
glowing endorsement from Garrett. I have enjoyed this movie.
For The Monster Walks. It's going to be a lot of fun. Until then, you can catch us here Wednesday at 9 p.m. for another episode of The Veil, starring Boris Karloff, which is a little anthology series. And we are going to be on the 4th episode of that. And that's going to be a lot of fun. Are we on 4th or 5th? I guess 4th.
Who's keeping score?
Either way, we're going, 4th. It's going to be the 4th. It's going to be the 4th episode. So you can join us on Wednesday at 9 p.m. for that. Find us on Instagram, Twitter, at ScreamStream Show. Go look us up on YouTube. We don't have a solid username just yet. Soon, though. And you can find us on Twitch as well. You can find Fresh Rogan on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter at Fresh Rogan. Evan's
sir.
Yes, Evan's not out there, so back off.
Yeah, fuck you. If you're trying to find him.
Good luck.
Good luck, bitches. You won't find him anywhere. But yeah, anything before we close out, boys?
That's all, folks.
All right, well, sweet screams, everybody.
Creep tight, don't let the vampires bite.
And to all a good fright.
God damn.
What's my line? Happy Labor Day, everybody.